What's going on, everybody? This is Fry. So today we are going to do what I believe is the best deck in the game. We will be doing both the budget version and the normal version of it, but this is the Solar Flare Aggro deck. Now, there are some event cards in this deck, and I will show you guys how to replace those with cards in case you don't have them, but the Haunted Pumpkin is a very worthwhile card to craft. If you really want to make this deck, this is a really good card to craft because it's so powerful. There's very few things on turn 1 that can actually remove this. It's basically just Bungee Plumber and a Lightning Bolt power. This will do so much damage. You're trying to just hit your opponent's face, ignore their minions, and hit their face with these high attack guys. This one does 3, this does 4. Wild Berry, you got to be careful with the Wild Berries. This does 5 to your opponent's face, etc. The Poison Ivy is one of the keys to this deck. Not only does it do 5 on turn 3, when they front it, then it only does 1 damage. So then you want to stick a Elderberry on top of it. That will upgrade that, and this will be Strike Through, and it's just amazing. The end game is Strike Through cards. Strike Through is a very powerful way, because as your opponent puts all these zombies and is kind of clogging all the lanes, you're not really able to hit their face directly anymore. That's why you want cards like Bloomerang and Power Flower. The point really is not to heal, the point is just to be doing all this little damage to face. They'll be so low in health that doing 3 damage a couple times will usually finish them off. And running some Berry Blast. So this is the budget version of this deck. If you do not have the 2 event cards, the Haunted Pumpkin and the Blooming Heart, the Haunted Pumpkin is more important. If you don't have Blooming Heart, you can run. You just need a couple other 1-drops that are high hitters. So I would suggest Poison Ivy. It is significantly Poison Mushroom. I mean, it is significantly worse, but it is sometimes it's actually even better than Blooming Heart because it does the original. The initial 3 damage on the first shot, and it can be evolved, let's say, to Elderberry. So you can use Poison Mushroom, any other worthwhile cards to be running in this deck instead of the Pumpkin. I guess you can use, maybe even you can use this. The bullseye. We'll add a little bullseye damage to the situation. Maybe if you have one of these, you can also do that just to get your Poison Ivies in first. But this deck, again, is really attainable. Everything is basic, common, and rare, except for these cards. And these are, fairly recent event cards. So if you want to upgrade this deck, I will show you quickly the non-budget version of it. I'll probably do like 5 games with 5 games with the budget version, then 5 games with the more expensive version. So what I did in this deck, I took out Wild Berry, which I feel like is very unpredictable which lane it's going to go to. It only has 1 health, so there's like a million things in the game can get rid of it. And added in this super rare, the Fireweed. This is so powerful in every archetype, particularly in an aggro deck. This is a 3 damage card that there's, again, almost no way for the zombies to actually deal with this on turn 2. You definitely want to play this on heights in this deck. This also accounts for an environment. The other deck didn't have an environment, the budget version, but it actually doesn't need, because you're just going to kill them by the time their environments will do too much to you. If they play an environment, though, you can play this on top and replace it. The other 2 cards that we put, instead of Bloomerang, I'm running Wingnut. This is really good against OTK Valk, and I believe the OTK Valk with the mustache Valkyrie decks for Professor Brainstorm are the best decks in the game on the zombie side. And Wingnut is now, there's 2 ways to beat OTK Valk. One is to damage your opponent, ignore their minions, don't front their minions at all, even if you can make a good trade. Just try to kill Professor Brainstorm in his face. So that's one thing that this deck does, is do a lot of damage. Second of all, the Wingnut will prevent your opponent from using Valk with, let's say, Mustache Monument bonus attacks. That's why this is extremely useful in today's meta. And of course, instead of Power Flower, we're going to be running a 5 attack Strike Through card, which is the Astrocado, which is just a great finisher. So again, I'm going to go into the budget version. I'll show you how great the budget version is. Fine, though. It's absolutely fine. And then we'll get into the more expensive version later. Here it is. Hope you guys enjoy. Yeah. There is a big need to deal with. This is the same as last season. Last season, this was probably the best deck. I think this is actually better than Nightcap Swarm, even though Nightcap Swarm, that's the one where you put all the little cards into the Planet of the Grapes, like the Astro Shrooms, which keep on hitting your opponent's face and keep drawing cards. It has a lot of weaknesses. It's very weak against Conman. Very weak against Gladiator. This deck is very good against Conman. The way, again, if we see a Conman, we're going to ignore it. Don't put your Haunted Pumpkin in front of a Conman. You think, oh, I'll make a good trade. It's going to charge their Valkyrie. If they're Professor Brainstorm, that is. We really need a good curve. This is Blooming. The Blooming Heart is quite good against Super Brains, who has no actual way of dealing with this on turn 1. Then we can Berry Blast on turn 2, so this really does count as a 2. It's nice to keep Elderberry, but we really should look for a 3, and this is a great curve. The Berry Blast sometimes can go face, but sometimes they'll just protect your 1-drop. Like, he's going to probably stick... If he sticks a Gravestone in front, then we're really not gonna have much options. But if he puts a minion here, we'll Berry Blast in. This will continue to grow every single time that it hits. You find that Aggro Solar Flare isn't top tier? Wow, look at this. This will go on Heights. Amazing. Now we're doing 7 more. Well, if you find that it's not top tier, watch the way I play the deck. I'm feeling this is a Drone Engineer. We do want to play this here, though, on turn 3, so I'm not going to stick Mushrooms. Doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't really matter, actually. The 1 extra damage to it. It's very blastable next turn, but... The way I figured it's a Drone Engineer is because, first of all, he ignored this. Teleportation Zombie, usually they'll put here. He put it all the way to the right. I guess it could have been Swashbuckler. I don't know. Just had a feeling, I guess. Poison Ivy into Elderberry is amazing. So we have Bloomerang instead. But again, Bloomerang will be able to do this. Look, if we didn't have strike-through cards, we're just going for high hitters on turn 4, we'd actually be out of luck. If none of these cards die, there's no way to hit face. That's why you just can now not only do damage, but do damage in a lane they already have minions. Lane management is so important in this game. That's one reason why Poison Ivy is not good, because when it dies, when your opponent fronts it with a minion, that minion will not be destroyed. But if you have strike through to follow up, particularly Elderberry, we're going to kick the tuchus, and if he concedes here, actually we'll count this as a win because we are so far ahead. I don't know if that was legitimate disconnect or the guy just decided that he's going to be down to 11 health right now on turn 2 and decided to go throw his phone in the lake. But either way, if we were really far ahead, if someone disconnects, I do count as a win. I'll look at some more here. Where's Aggro Captain Combustible? That's also good. The same Aggro Captain Combustible from last season. This season I've been concentrating on, like, you know, Conjure, Captain Conjure and stuff like that. But that's also very legit. With the, you know, I think this is slightly better. I think because you have the option of, well, Haunted Pumpkin is second to none, and Captain Combustible cannot take that out. I think Neptune is better at dealing with Captain Combustible. Captain Combustible... Also, his win conditions really are very weak against gravestones. Stick a gravestone in front of that B-Rex or the Repeat Moss. There's nothing you can do about it. Our late game is not susceptible to gravestones because you can strike right through them. 2-3. I like Elderberry more than Bloomerang, probably. Do we look for a 1? Getting a 1 is pretty important, and this isn't that important. There you go. That's a curve, yeah, guys. Happens to be Crazy Heroes are a little better at controlling us if they're playing control because they do have Weed Wax and stuff like that. That's tough. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Ooh, he might deadly that next turn. This is hard because he's actually doing the same amount of damage to us. I'm going to go against my general rule and I will front this card. Since we do have a follow-up with a good turn 2 play. If this was a Con Man, probably not, because the Con Man only does 2 damage per turn and we'd be doing 4, so we would win that race. Mini Ninja, it's doing the same amount of damage, so I might as well win the trade. It did slow us down a little bit, but we have options. Cuckoo. Okay, so we have 2 options here. Either we can do this is really nice that it's a strike through in the late game too. It's a hard hitting card, 3 attack for a 2 cost in the early game, and a strike through in the late game. So, Applesauce is one of the best cards in this deck. Every card in this deck is good. We have 2 options. Well, I would use Berry Blast instead of this. Even though Berry Blast eventually could go face, it does cost 2. This is more versatile. Or we can stick this on the field. This will be good in the late game, and this does 3. This play does 4. I'm gonna go for it. It's nice in the early game, particularly, to do lots of big chunks of damage so you don't charge their block meter as opposed to doing more small ones. There's Elderberry. Amazing. So now if he fronts us again, we could Weed Whack and Applesauce. And that just happened, so. Swashed. Very slow. Aggro versus Aggro. I don't think Mini Ninja on 1 is a very good aggro strat for zombies because it's too easy to control. So I'm not even going to call his deck aggro. I'm going to call his deck a sneaky deck. So Control Boogaloo is a good matchup. Again, control decks are good against aggro decks. That's always how it goes. I'll do this. This is 5 damage. As opposed to 4 and 0. Yeti. Oh, he kills it. Nice. But we do kill the Yeti too. So we trade and we do 5 damage. We're still at 20, of course. Gravestone environment. We'll just ignore that gravestone environment for now. Wow. Only 1. So again, control decks beat aggro, aggro beat tempo, tempo beat control. That's usually how the game works. 3 and 2. And we're not going to wait one more turn for this to be strike through. There's really no point. So he's doing 5. We're doing, you know, probably 4. If he's lucky, 3. Yep. So now we're just a Berry Blast away from lethal here. The games go quickly. Sorry, I was in the middle of, okay, what if it was Pogo? You're right. I don't think this guy has Pogos. You're right. Maybe I should have played around Pogo there, but anyway. Every time I use this deck, Boogaloo kicks your ass. Really? See, Boogaloo's not a strong deck. I'd rather play a deck that's strong against Valk, which is the actual good deck, than Boogaloo. Okay, so Control Boogaloo. Control Boogaloo has an answer to... Right, a nice, solid Control Boogaloo could actually kick this deck. Could actually really, really destroy this deck. You're right. It's weak against Control. It's very good against Neptuna, but against Control Craziers, it could be Control Brainstorm, too. It would be the same thing. Boogaloo particularly is good, though. And Z-Mech. Control Z-Mech could probably beat this deck. He plays Control Z-Mech. Again, Control Boogaloo in general is a weak deck, though. Against Control Boogaloo, Captain Combustible would actually be a lot better, because even though he's able to be controlled, but you can burst them down with a Repeat Moss combo eventually. You're not going to be blocking, though. It's tough. It's tough to play his deck against control decks. If the meta was control decks on the zombie side, we'd have a lot of Bungee Plumbers and stuff like that in the meta, then this deck would not be recommended. So nice. I don't know if Berry Blast is going to be really necessary here. Looking for a 1. Do we ditch this in favor of a 1? I can't. Because if we don't get a 1, then we don't have a 2 either, because Berry Blast is too slow. There's a Captain Combustible aggro deck. It's called Captain Quick Win. If you would type in Captain Quick Win to YouTube, it'll come up. And this was actually our next card if we would have mulliganed this. We would have been in good shape. I think I play on curve here. There is Beam Me Up. I'm going to play this on curve, perhaps, at some point in time. Let's just do this. Do the Captain Combustible with Gatling P. It's not a bad idea. It's a great idea. I don't know what... There's not... Oh, there are a few Ps you can... okay, I'll give it a shot. Captain Quick Win. Again, you can look that up on YouTube. With Gatling. It's a nice idea. How many Ps are actually in that deck, though? There's just the split P. It's going to be hard to pull off his ability. It's like this. Good trade. Again, the problem with playing control with this kind of card, the reason this isn't a great control card, it's more of a tempo card, is because he only takes out our turn 2 play with this card. He can't take out our turn 3. So he took care of that, and we'll just put a bigger thing on the board. Now we'll take care of this, and we'll put even a bigger one. This is really tough. This is extremely difficult. Because if we play this, he can chop, he can deadly. There's a lot of stuff he can do. I'm actually going to go for Haunted Pumpkin here. We'll evolve something a little bit later. There's no point in Berry Blasting. Enjoy your monster. Will you do a Loco Coco deck or not? I tried it out, like not in official stream. See that's or Shamrocket. That would have been really, really bad if we would have done Elderberry there. So I'm gonna do a Loco Coco deck eventually. I haven't really found it great. It doesn't seem to be that good. So if he puts a Berry Blastable minion, we'll go with these two. Okay. God, man. I'm confused. How does he still have 4? How does he have 6 brains this turn? Wait, it's turn 5. How does he still have 4 brains left? He already spent 3. Am I missing something? No, something's wrong here. It didn't calculate the brains correctly. He used the extra brain card, so he had 6. It's still not enough. Dr. Space Time made this cost less. I don't really know what's going on. So 1-1. That could have evolved this. Oh, we're in a little trouble here. The heck is this thing? I'm just doing this. So he used Cryo Brain. But we didn't... He conjured... Oh, that costed 0. Oh, the monster. Oh, we played Haunted Pumpkin. Okay, so that cost 0 and he used Cryo Brain. Okay, I see. It's a little strange. It's 1 damage. It's really weird. It just dies anyway. Mechasaur. So this and 2 Berry Blasts win. You can actually evolve this here. 5, 2, and 3 wins, right? This is fine. Could he have Chap still? Deadly does not help. It could make a card that would block this one. Would have been nice for him, actually. That's gonna be lethal. Because even if he blocks, the second Berry Blast does get it though. Needs Ground Lane to survive. Does get it. Super wins. Is it possible for him to heal with any of these history cards? I think it is a way of healing. Rap-ta-ta-ta-ta. Mustache Monument. Plus, hey, this is a great combo. Look at this combo. It looks like we're in trouble. We have so many ways of winning. Keep it going. Oh, Undying Pharaoh could save him. There you go. Undying Pharaoh could save him. Sorry. I think I should have made him feel less bad by actually putting the Power Flower here. Because then it would have been like... He doesn't really have a way of dealing with it except for bonus attack, or something. Yeah, I know. All that for nothing. So this is, again, budget Solar Flare getting it done. We'll move to the next one. Q-turn. He's like, unlimited power! Then I took a Berry Blast to the face! I had to put the flower before the berry to make him realize that I did not top deck that card. What is Missing Dreams? Bits Leader 3? Oh. You get a little Bits Leader badge. It's so cute. This is decent. It's decent. No you don't. I did make a freeze zombie deck. Go look it up. Type in Fry 'em Up Freeze Pirates. It's on YouTube. It's called Frozen Pirates Be Like. That's the name of the video. You want this to be in the middle so you can put something either on the right or on the left. Just to manipulate the block meter. You just want the 4 damage. Or the higher damage to be the one hitting face. Doesn't have a plumber. He's in huge trouble. I'd love a playable too, besides for Berry Blast here. Play a non-gravestone, and we're good. Let's go regifter. Let's go egg. Amazing. Turn 1 and Berry Blast on 2. Great play. Haven't seen Wild Berry yet. Swing and a miss! Damn it. It's okay. Still survives. The momentum is still real. Ooh, great pickup, especially with Elderberry in hand. Watch him clog the other 2 lanes. 5 and 5. Amazing. You could wrath this and really stabilize here. Then we're kind of screwed next turn. This actually clears this lane up. It's hard for him to clog every lane. Time Warp sending me a deck. Budget Captain quickly. Good. Ooh, I've never done that combo before. That looks like a really solid budget deck, dude. Really solid. I like the 5 damage on the thing on the environment too. And you can put, I never thought of this. This is a really great idea. Amazing. Budget Captain quick win. I'm writing that down. It's his turn, right? I'm an interdimensional zombie. Usually this doesn't do 4. The only thing is Captain Deadbeard every day. Show me what you got. Oh, this sad Valk. Saddest Valk ever. He could leap it into something, though. If he's got a leap. Where did he get that from? Is that the monster card? Freaking A. Wow, that is huge, actually. This is nice, because now we can double up. I'm actually going to hit this one. We just need an extra lane open. I'm going to do these 2 of these now. So he needs to clog both lanes, or else we'll hit him for at least 4 here. Chickening is really bad. Ugh, there's a bunch of things. I'm not so comfy in this game right now. Nebula, so slow. Look at that. Okay. Structure cards are good here. You can't be fronted. Blob. He only has 1 card left. What's the problem, you guys? Hopefully it's not a rocket science. Berry Blast should win next turn. Yep, got him. Well, see, he only has 1 card. He's not going to get it. Summoning into Squirrel would be nice here. When you blob a blob. I doubt he even has anything to deal with this Elderberry. Might be going for BMR. Welcome to BMR. National Public Radio. BMR stands for Bad Moon Rising, of course. It's a card that turns all those little guys into really big guys. Let him Bad Moon Rising? No! Not letting him. This ramp on the zombie side's too slow. I think Flag Zombie should have 4 health. Ah, that'll make a new type of ramp, new age ramp. Flag Zombie is one of the iconic zombies in the game. That's why he's always been a professional zombie, you know? He was the one who led every big attack. A huge wave of zombies are coming back in PvZ 1. Make him have 4 health and make him viable. Come on. This is so good against the Smash. This is so good. I don't think we keep Blooming Heart here. These are fine. I think we're going to look for some late game. This is decent. This is decent. What if we get rid of this and we get another 1? A 4 would be nice. A 3-2 is fine against the Smash, though, and this will be good in the late game. I think this is good enough. This is okay. It does die to the black holes. We're going to put this on the ground and hope to get this on heights. What's it called? Total Eclipse kills this. It's the most annoying. If you have Total Eclipse, there's 2 lanes. This switches lanes. This becomes a dead card. It's really nice to keep this in case he... Well, anyway. Play around Total Eclipse. Wonder if I play around Total Eclipse and play this one. Nah. It's probably better to do 0 than to do 2 here. This is a sumo, probably. Squirrel he would put here. Rat he would put here. I think this is the play. This is really interesting. It makes this... Which of these are better later? This is better later. So I'd rather him have a choice. I guess I want him to take out the 4-1. This is a little interesting. So this being here is the best because our 4-2 is better than our 4-1. And Sumo's going to have to then move just the haunted... Not kill the haunted pumpkin, basically. So I'd rather him kill my 4-1. I'm just considering if I could have fronted this... I could have put this here. And then the Haunted Pumpkin would guarantee survive. This was only a 50-50 to make it survive. But really, these are better later because they do become strike through on turn 6. So and they're just more reliable. These are definitely better than Wildberry. What's your real name? My real name is Ephraim. E-P-H with a P-H. Reason not to put this on heights because if you evolve this one, it dies to ooze. It's a slight consideration. There's another consideration too. This guarantees hits for 5 this turn unless he does something crazy. And then we want to proc the block with less damage and then be set up to hit for 5 later. See if we get Elderberry here. Yeah, okay. We'll just spam some guys. You do more YouTube polls to decide what deck you're playing. I like how you did it before. Oh, sure. I'm gonna make a YouTube poll on some things soon. So just the apple saucers, I believe. Go apple saucers! They're quite good against the Smash. 2 cost 3/2s. Amazing. No, I'm thinking for ooze later. Yeah, I wasn't talking about ooze this turn. I was talking about ooze later. Because the main one, if we were to top deck an Elderberry, this would be the one we would cover. And I don't want the Elderberry to be on heights. It was a very slight consideration. So you grew this. This is too slow, though. This tempo, the aggro beats tempo. This is a tempo play, so he's growing slowly, but he's going to die before he can get enough value out of this. We didn't get any of our late game, which is really sad. 3-3-3. Oh, this is really bad, actually. Shut up for me, too.
Kept it up, Fry. I have 3,000.
Thank you so much.
745 gems. What should I spend them on? I have a lot of the set 1 cards already. 9/11 of the zombie and 5/11ths of the plant side heroes packs or heroes by themselves, or should I wait until they make the packs 1,000 gems for 10 plus 2 packs?
Listening to this robot talk, it's kind of hard to comprehend, so I'm going to look back at your message and I'll try to answer your question. Here's a little late game, finally. He's getting a move on here. 4-2. Hopefully he doesn't have any big removal. Ugh, he could, though. Coach, that's nice. I'm going to put this here. It's not really necessary. We'll block a little bit of damage. We should win here. We should win. I'm going to keep the Berry Blast for face just in case he has some weird answer to this Elderberry. Alien Ooze double threes, or what's it called? Extinction Event double threes. We do win. Okay, so he says you have 9 out of 11 of zombies and 5 out of 11. I thought it was a 9/11 reference. Okay, that's guaranteed lethal. So we are 5-0 with the budget version. Just absolutely ripped everyone apart. No one really came close. I'm just gonna look at the person shut up for me too's message. You have 3,700 gems. You have set 1 cards already. 9 out of 11 of the zombies. You're talking about heroes. 9 out of 11. I see. I don't think you wait for the 10+2. The best thing for new players to spend their gems on in this game are the regular premium packs. The basic set usually gives you the best things. I would say, and then the second set, and then the third, and then the fourth. Gotta get those solar wins. All right, guys. So we, as if we needed to, we are going to be upgrading to the second version of this deck. I will put the new version up on the thing. Again, this is going to be played exactly the same way, but with some huge upgrades. The Fireweed is such a great card. The Astricado in this deck is amazing, and the Wingnut, absolutely incredible. Let's get into it. This deck just got better. Hopefully you actually encounter some Valk decks now. Must Haunted Pumpkin does not conjure a monster? Don't really understand the question. It always conjures a monster for your opponent. And it's a good thing too, because it would be way too good if it didn't conjure. Is Plankwalker better than Octo Zombie? Yes. The reason why, there's 2 reasons why. First of all, in terms of a finisher, they can't just remove the Plankwalker. At least you'll have those other 2 guys. If they, if you play Octo Zombie and they bounce it off the field, you're done for, because then they still have 5 Sun left to do whatever they want with, and they can kill you with that 5 Sun, or get so much tempo you're not going to be able to come back. The second reason is because Plankwalker makes the extra 2 guys. The second reason the extra 2 guys are important is for defense. Those 2 guys can block their plants while the Plankwalker gets it done if they can't remove the Plankwalker. So for those 2 reasons, this is a perfect starting hand. I guess Fireweed would be better. How does this play? This is just a removal. We're going to ignore that. We could have blasted it and then hurried up. I wonder if that would be smart. I think the Blooming Harp dies if we don't play it on turn 1. So, like, it becomes dead in our hand. Doesn't really have much of a use. If he puts a minion here, just an imp, I'll Berry Blast it. This is interesting. This is doing a lot of little damage and charging our block meter and stuff. I think we still go face, though. We do have an empty lane to put 3, and then we have a strike-through minion already. It's gonna super here? Strength, okay. Well, now we can kill that. We're down to 11. He's winning the race. He's at 12. Same thing. We have so many easy ways. If he puts a minion we can blast, I'll just blast this turn. I don't care. Oh yeah. It's so interesting. Now, which one do I do? I guess I keep the 3 damage. I'll keep the 4/2 on the field. Yeah, why not? So, let's get this one. Interesting, I put the 3/1 against the 3/2 instead of the 4/2, because now this one doesn't even die, so it becomes a big card. Did you try any RNG decks? Yeah, I did a huge Giganticus, I believe. I'll be doing some more, though. They're fun. I'm kind of like wanting to do the more serious decks and figure out the meta, and then we'll just take whatever it is and do RNG with it. Maybe I'll do like an RNG Valk deck. Like the early game will just be like fun, just crazy stuff. So I did the budget version. You just came to the stream. You're seeing me now do the non-budget version. I upgraded it with some cards. But the budget version did go 5-0. That's all the wins. I believe this is the play. I don't really need the elderberry. It doesn't really do much here. We can evolve this into elderberry, which is amazing. Look, mommy, I'm a newspaper. How long will this stream be? Until about another hour, approximately. This is a great candidate. Go 10-0. That's a good power. Will he get both? He got one, and that was perfect. We really actually want this to hit because we can always evolve this one. We like the 3 damage hitting. We're in good shape. We could use a small card right now. Another pumpkin or a 2-drop with the swords would be amazing. Yes! So we'll use this as an aggro card. You can play this on the ground. It's fine. It does 3 damage. He's down to 6. It's just desperation mode right here. What was in the budget deck? So in the budget deck, for those of you just joining us on the live stream, instead of these super rares, you take out the two types of super rares and the legendaries, and you put in Wild Berry, Bloomerang, and Power Flower, and it seriously wrecked everybody. Happens to be. It's fine. You know what? He's overcommitted. He's overcommitted. He's overcommitted. Maybe not. Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh yeah, it is this one. Right, because these trade, these don't. And this also then doesn't die, and this one would die anyway. 3-5. He doesn't have any, doesn't have any brains left. It's the problem with being a zombie. Yep. I almost did the wrong one. And that's guaranteed lethal. We're 6-0. If you want to hit Ultimate League in this game, just use this deck. The kicks of the Toches. Aggro Solar Flare. Mad Dog is still complaining. For Aggro Solar Flare, I find that too many zombies swarm the board or run early ways to control you. So again, swarming the board's not a problem if you're running Strike Through. You have to Mad Dog, take a screenshot of your deck list and send it to me. Unless you're using this exact deck list and they're clogging the lanes, it's like, anyway. Show me your deck list, man. In your best zombies video, why did Plankwalker mix up Gravedigger not make the cut? The main reason is because I don't think I really owned those 2 cards back then. That was before the age of Control Neptuna. I actually did not own I didn't play Control Neptuna yet, which is the main use for Plankwalker. That's really the main deck, Control Neptuna, Control Infinity, because or else the Plankwalker's too slow. And Mixed Up Gravedigger, I only had like one. I think I just got my 2nd copy of Mixed Up Gravedigger when I made that video. He's talking about the original video I made rating the 1, 2. I guess it works on 3. If not, it'll work like. Okay, let's just keep it. I made a video a long time ago on what is the best plants and zombies in the game. Hopefully this isn't a control deck. And I did not put Plankwalker Mixed Up Gravedigger. Plankwalker is probably the best, it's a best late game finisher probably in the game. Besides for Walnut Bowling. Swing and a miss! Steerack one! It's nice we have Scorch. Get rid of this guy. We might actually go with this one though. Yep. Want to hit face. And yeah, Mixed Up Gravedigger, I didn't have them. Mixed Up Gravedigger is one of the best zombies, period, and... Wait, this is turn 3 coming up? Oh, this is tempting. Okay. I might Fireweed and then play this just to get rid of that Heights Lane zombie. That's actually a really good idea. Fireweed does hit face here. What is this? Keep going, Face Fry. Keep it going. Why not? Block 4 damage. It's nice because it does 3 damage and then and 1 damage to this guy. So any 1 health guy this can break through and hit face. Summoning's the best one by far. It's way too slow. So he's down to 3 now. He's 3 damage away from lethal. It's a decent one to evolve, so it doesn't die. Wing nut. This is the face. Yeah, so I had 2 mixed up Gravediggers, so I didn't have that at the top. That was gonna easily be the number 6. I was deciding between that and defensive end. Defensive end shouldn't have made the list. Can you do another top 5 and top 5 zombies? Yeah, I'll do it eventually. I'll write it down in my deck ideas, my stream ideas. I'll definitely do that. That's a cool video. Top 5. People will get mad at me because Fireweed will probably make the list. Fireweed is so good. What would the top 5 be? Let's just see if I can get them off the top of my head right now. It's definitely Briar Rose, Pineclone. Don't mess with Pineclone. There's little cards like Fireweed and Galactic Cactus that could easily make the list. What else would I put? Honorable mention to Wignut for beating every zombie deck. Ow! Whoa! I just made so much static electricity that my... Oh my goodness, I have to take off the sweater. That was crazy. Did you guys even see that? Am I still online? Am I still alive? Is this just a dream? I'm gonna forego my 2-drop. I don't know if you guys just happened. My screen just went out. I get little static shocks in my ears because I'm making a lot of static electricity because I wear these sweaters on this chair. That was crazy. My screen actually went out. The electricity went all the way to my screen and it went out for a second there. That is so freaky. I need to take off the sweater. This is one particularly. It's very like fleecy on the inside. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it makes a lot of static. That was insane. Ooh, nice. 1 drop. They'll probably beat me up, but just my whole... I couldn't see anything. It just went... I thought my computer went out, which would have been horrible, but I realized this is just connect... I'm connected to my monitor. My earphones go on the monitor for some reason. Stupid system. Kind of hate this monitor, but whatever. Most underrated card. Fireweed, maybe. Let's see what he's got. Trades either way. Keep going face. Electricity 0 for Icon. You saw my skeleton? Is that a real thing that if someone gets really shocked, they can like see through their skin? It must be a cartoon creation. That makes sense. How does RNG decrypt? What does it mean? What is... Oh, decrypt, I see. You're from... RNG stands for Random Number Generator, which is the same thing as luck in the video games. This is the play, actually. We need to keep going face. 5 and 5 wins. Chepa! Pa 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 pa. 3 and 5 does not win, so play it off, Christian. It's a trap! He's trade. This guy's no chance. This is not how you control. Super Brain's not a great control hero. What's your play? Do you know the play? You know the play? Happens to be Astrocado he could chop. If one of these were to hit face, we win with Berry Blast next turn. Interesting consideration. Again, I know Astrocado very likely wins, but it could get chopped, exactly. Did he use his powers yet? I can never pay attention to their powers. That's too slow, and chop doesn't work. Smoke Bomb, again, Smoke Bomb could prevent one of these, but he'll still die to Berry Blast first, guaranteed, so. You already used chop? What do you use chop on? I can't, I know to you guys it's obvious to say, of course, use chop, fry, space in. While I'm streaming, I'm looking at the thing, I'm reading the chat, talking with the chat, rating people's decks, all these things. The superpowers is the one thing that just totally, oh, we had super, nice try, denied! The bonus attack, oh, he had super, okay, very nice. Denied! He also could have actually had a 2-drop deadly super. That was also another possibility. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Now you are dead. Enjoy. What am I gonna wear though? I need my high quality Into the AM sweater. I'm just getting static shocks like crazy in this. I'm actually gonna even disconnect this for a second. Holy moly. I guess I'll come back in 1 second with a different sweater. Right back. Alright, we're back. We're back. Oh no, my filter's messed up now because I'm wearing lighter colors. Fry, adjust the filter. When I wear different lighter colors, the screen darkens and then it messes up the green screen. I don't really know. Don't really get it. Just casually winning 8-0 effortlessly. Here we go. There are a bunch of decks that can beat this, but haven't really seen much in the way of control here. Okay, I'm just gonna forget about these earphones. The speaker is on. You guys shouldn't hear that. Can you hear the what's it called? Like you can hear the music coming through my things. I definitely don't need Wingnut in this matchup. Could really use a 1. Okay, the Wingnuts are pretty bad in this matchup. I mean, they're a 3-7. They're not horrible. Should I go face with this? It'll be useful in hitting face later. It does make us able to do 5 immediately instead of 3 then 5. How much does this speed us up? If we play this right now, I'm doing this. I tell people not to use Solar Flare to face on turn 1, but we don't have another turn 1 play, and we really need to get a move on here on this Infinity. I don't know. Bring back the white shirt. You guys like the daddy shirt? Maybe they will. See, if we had this last turn. And, you know, there's cards we need to remove, but we're doing a lot right now. Too bad we don't have any elderberries. I mulliganed it because we were just looking for some early game. I need to get the early game. Now we get all our early game. I'm gonna just clog the board with everything here. Kind of want this to start growing, so I put that in 3. There's that. Aggro versus Tempo. Smelly zombie ain't no aggro card. Please not clones. Thank you. I hardly ever go super to face. It's just because of what was in our hands. If we had like a very good 2, like if we had Fireweed instead of this on 2, I probably would have not done that. This is harsh. This kills his fishy imp. We're gonna do this just to clean a lane up. Sadness. We'll be able to do these 2 with a little strike through here. It's not bad. We're still doing 3 to face. Does this matter? It's an extra lane, actually, because this will kill his Captain Deadbeard now. And we'll actually have an extra lane for next turn. I don't know if that was right. It's at 4 health. I'm actually... it probably doesn't matter. We have a very convincing lead without getting any of our hard hitters, our late game hard hitters. That's very slow. Happens to be, where did he get this from? From Pumpkin. Happens to be this is good now, because this is good now because it will prevent us from doing the bonus attack. So it saves us a little health. It's not really gonna matter. The frenzy doesn't work when you have wing nut. It counts as a bonus attack. Denied! Clock that block. This is better next turn because when he clogs all the lanes, this can still strike through next turn. Apple Saucer. Haven't gotten the strike through Apple Saucer yet. Mostly because the games really haven't gone to turn 6. They've gone mostly to turn 5. Oh! Wombo-y combo-y. That's what I'm talking about. Can't do bonus attacks. We're good. I'm a barrel roller zombie. Technically, this survives. It doesn't really matter though. I'm a strike through, mommy. Should have won with the apple saucer. He's not gonna survive here. What could he have? That doesn't help. Game. 9-0. Let's see someone go 9-0 with that strategy deck in the daily challenge today. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Ultimate League 9-0. Do it. Do it for the stream. So here's the set 3 aggro. It's not bad with the banana bumps. That's fine. And the new version you're trying. I'll take a look. Your new version isn't coming up. The image is corrupted, so take a look at that, mad dog. Benji trains to fry him up. That's a slow card. Which is a slow card? What does mid-range mean? Oh, so mid-range means you're controlling them for the first 2 turns. I'd say nowadays mid-range deck starts on turn 3 and 4. So you're not really trying to tempo on turn 1 and turn 2. You're controlling them, stalling for time. And typically you're trying to out-tempo them starting turns 3 or 4. Or maybe 5. I feel like 5 already is... 5 and on is the late game in this game already. Because the mid-range decks are so powerful. 5, starting to win on 5 is super late. Here's Boogle. This will be the test. This is decent. It'd be nice to get a 4. See what kind of Boogaloo this is. Can I go 10-0 with the worst strategy deck? No, because it's a bad deck. Yeah, I upgraded this. We did do the budget deck before. Again, it was... We had no super rares or legendaries, and yeah, so that got fronted. Kunga. What does Netherlands mean? Rated it rank. Just the way this match is going, where if it was a proper control Boogaloo, we're talking about Bungee Plumber, Apple Saucer, you know? I would give this guy a little more of a chance. The question is, what plays does he have? Evaporate's a thing. Super, super, and then Dancers. Dancers is pretty bad here. Just wondering if I should weed whack this. There's nothing you can really protect this with except for... I'm not weed whacking it. I think we're going to go with the double here. Oh, baby, a double. Player on chickening next turn. Doesn't really matter. Dancing Boogaloo. He has Evaporate. Okay. So weed whacking this really would serve no purpose. Just go face. It's a tempo deck. Dancing Boogaloo is a tempo. Wow, that's a great power to get. Dang. Harsh. Ooh, we don't... Well, yeah, we have a lane now. Actually, we have just this play. Should be fine. What is the turn 4 dancing card? It must be a Juggler. Get him right in the Juggler vein. We're going to ignore that Dancer. Loudmouth, okay. He'll probably go with... there's no real good options. Oh, go Self. He'll go Self. Why? Why not kill the 4-2, man? He didn't want to take 3 more damage. I guess that's smart. Because 5 doesn't kill him anymore. But now it's just the sad Dancer. It's Berry Blast. See what he does. See how far he commits here. These two look very tempting. In fact, a Plumber kills this. It doesn't kill it here. What is this going to be? Last time it was Loudmouth. Let's just go with this. We'll set a Berry Blast. Again, a Plumber would be nice. No, we don't have it. Final mission? That was good. Ooh. So if we get super, we win. No, we don't. We're in a little bit of trouble. Oh! Alright, guys. When all else fails, and you need that little extra damage. I used to be an adventurer. Then I took a Berry Blast to the face. He was not going to have a way of dealing with this either. And thank you so much, Taco League Tryhard. Much appreciate your sub. La 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 la. Bum ba-dum. And we are 10-0. That is probably the best deck in the game. It's so good against the meta. You know, us Blue Blue is good at the fight. He's able to clear a field, you know. Final mission, let's say, is a control card. Hope you guys enjoyed. That was Aggro Solar Flare. It's good for every single person, whether you're more of a beginner. I guess absolute beginners. There are some rares that you're going to need and some event cards, but again, you can do it without the event cards. You can do it as I explained at the beginning of the video. And you can definitely do it without these super rares and legendaries. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace. This is Fry.